Welcome to Military Matrix. In the silent, guarded corridors of global power, and in the deep, reinforced silos buried beneath the earth, lies a force of such unimaginable power that its very existence has shaped the destiny of nations for 80 years. This is the world of nuclear weapons, an arsenal built not for conventional warfare, but for the strategic calculus of ultimate deterrence. The numbers themselves are staggering, but they only tell part of the story. Behind each warhead is a complex history, a specific strategic doctrine, and a multi-trillion-dollar technological ecosystem designed to ensure absolute certainty in a world of profound uncertainty. As of today, October 11th, 2025, the global nuclear landscape is in a state of flux not seen since the height of the Cold War, driven by modernization, shifting alliances, and the rise of new powers. Today, we will not simply count down the 5 largest nuclear arsenals on the planet. We will dissect them. We will explore the hardware, understand the doctrines that govern their potential use, and analyze the geopolitical posture that each arsenal enables. This is the ultimate inventory of power, a list where entry alone grants a nation a final say in its own survival. Coming in at number 5 on our list is the United Kingdom. With an estimated total stockpile of around 260 warheads, the British arsenal is a potent and highly focused instrument of national strategy. The story of the British bomb is intertwined with its special relationship with the United States. As a key partner in the Manhattan Project, Britain had the early expertise, but it was the desire for strategic independence in the post-war world that drove them to develop their own arsenal, culminating in their first test in 1952. Unlike the sprawling nuclear forces of the superpowers, the United Kingdom has made a deliberate strategic choice to consolidate its entire nuclear capability into a single, formidable platform: the sea. This is known as a continuous at-sea deterrent. At the heart of this strategy are the 4 Vanguard-class nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. At any given moment, day or night, 365 days a year, one of these submarines is on patrol, hidden somewhere in the vastness of the world's oceans, carrying the fate of the nation within its hull. Each submarine can carry up to 16 Trident II D5 submarine-launched ballistic missiles, or SLBMs. These American-made missiles are the gold standard of sea-based deterrence, with a range of over 7,500 miles and the ability to carry multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles, or MIRVs, allowing a single missile to strike several targets with devastating accuracy. The British warheads themselves are domestically produced. The logic is simple and ruthless. A sea-based deterrent is the most survivable. An attacker could never be certain of locating and destroying that lone submarine on patrol before it could launch a retaliatory strike. This guarantees a devastating second strike capability. The British nuclear doctrine is one of minimum credible deterrence. They do not seek to match the arsenals of Russia or the United States missile for missile. Instead, the goal is to maintain a force just large enough and sophisticated enough to inflict damage so catastrophic that any potential aggressor would deem the cost of attacking the UK unacceptably high. The posture is deliberately ambiguous. The government has never clarified the exact circumstances under which it would use these weapons, preserving a calculated uncertainty to enhance the deterrent effect. As we speak in 2025, the UK is in the midst of a profound modernization effort. The aging Vanguard submarines are set to be replaced by the new, larger, and stealthier Dreadnought class, ensuring the at-sea deterrent remains viable well into the middle of this century. This commitment underscores a fundamental truth. For the United Kingdom, its nuclear arsenal is the ultimate guarantor of its sovereignty in an increasingly unpredictable world. At number 4, we find the French Republic. Possessing an estimated arsenal of just under 300 warheads, France's nuclear posture is defined by one word: independence. While the UK's deterrent is closely linked with American technology, the French nuclear force, known as the Force de Frappe, was born from President Charles de Gaulle's fierce insistence that France must never outsource its national survival to any ally, including the United States. This drive for strategic autonomy has shaped every aspect of its arsenal. France conducted its first nuclear test in 1960 and has since developed a robust and entirely indigenous nuclear enterprise. Like the UK, the cornerstone of the French deterrent is its submarine fleet. The Force Océanique Stratégique consists of 4 Triomphant-class nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. Similar to the British model, at least one of these submarines is constantly on patrol, providing a permanent and undetectable second strike capability. These submarines carry the domestically developed M51 SLBM, a formidable missile with a range comparable to the Trident and also equipped with MIRV technology. However, unlike the British, the French maintain a second leg of their nuclear triad. The air-based component, the Forces Aériennes Stratégiques, consists of Rafale fighter jets capable of delivering the ASMP-A supersonic air-launched cruise missile. This missile serves as a pre-strategic or tactical nuclear weapon, providing a more flexible response option. The French doctrine is known as dissuasion du faible au fort, or deterrence of the strong by the weak. The logic is that even a numerically inferior arsenal can deter a superpower if it can guarantee the destruction of that superpower's key centers of power and value. French strategy is also unique for its explicit concept of a final warning shot, the ultime avertissement. This would involve a single, limited nuclear strike against a military target to demonstrate resolve and give an aggressor a final chance to back down before a full-scale strategic exchange. It is a doctrine that emphasizes control, credibility, and the political nature of nuclear weapons. As of 2025, France is also modernizing its forces, developing the next-generation M51, 3 missile and a future class of nuclear submarines, ensuring its independent force de frappe remains a credible pillar of European security for decades to come. The nation at number 3 marks a pivotal shift in our analysis, not just in numbers, but in trajectory. The People's Republic of China is estimated to possess an arsenal of approximately 500 warheads as of late 2025. While this number is still significantly smaller than those of the top 2, it is the sheer velocity of China's nuclear expansion that has become the single most significant development in the global strategic balance. For decades, China maintained a doctrine of minimum deterrence, possessing a small, guarded arsenal sufficient only to retaliate against a first strike. Its official policy has always been one of no first use, a pledge not to be the first to introduce nuclear weapons into a conflict. However, over the past decade, this posture has undergone a seismic transformation. Satellite imagery has revealed the construction of at least 3 massive new missile silo fields in western China, capable of housing hundreds of new solid-fueled intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. China is rapidly building a full-fledged nuclear triad that rivals those of the Cold War superpowers. Its land-based force is anchored by the solid-fueled road-mobile DF-31 and the silo-based long-range DF-41 ICBM, the latter capable of striking the entire continental United States with MIRV warheads. At sea, its fleet of Type 094 ballistic missile submarines is being equipped with the new JL-3 SLBM, significantly extending their reach. In the air, the H-6 bomber provides a regional nuclear capability, and a new stealth bomber, the H-20, is believed to be in advanced development, which would give China a truly intercontinental air-launched platform. This explosive growth has led analysts worldwide to question whether the traditional no-first-use doctrine still holds. The new silo fields and advanced warning systems suggest a move towards a launch-on-warning posture, where China could launch its missiles upon detecting an incoming enemy attack, rather than waiting to absorb a first strike. This buildup is altering the strategic calculus for both Washington and Moscow. It creates a 3-way nuclear competition for the first time in history, complicating arms control and increasing the risk of miscalculation. China's growing arsenal is the ultimate symbol of its superpower ambitions, a tool designed not just to deter, but to project power and rewrite the strategic map of the 21st century. We now arrive at the top 2, the titans of the nuclear age. Together, the United States and the Russian Federation possess nearly 90% of all nuclear weapons in the world. Their arsenals are a direct legacy of the Cold War arms race, vast and diverse forces built for a global confrontation that thankfully never came. While treaties have reduced their numbers from their absurd peaks, both nations maintain forces capable of ending human civilization many times over. At number 2 is the United States, with a total stockpile estimated at around 5,200 warheads. The American nuclear arsenal is arguably the most technologically advanced on Earth, built around a robust and fully operational nuclear triad. The land-based leg consists of 400 Minuteman III ICBMs, housed in hardened silos across the American Midwest. These missiles are kept on high alert, ready to launch within minutes. The sea-based leg, often considered the most survivable, is composed of 14 Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines, each carrying 20 Trident II-D5 SLBMs. And the air leg is a flexible combination of B-52 Stratofortress and B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, capable of delivering both gravity bombs and long-range cruise missiles. American nuclear doctrine has evolved over the decades, but is currently characterized by a calculated ambiguity. The U.S. has not adopted a no-first-use policy, reserving the right to use nuclear weapons in extreme circumstances to defend the vital interests of itself or its allies. This posture is designed to deter not only nuclear attacks, but also overwhelming conventional, chemical, or biological attacks. Today, the United States is in the midst of the most comprehensive modernization of its nuclear forces in its history. The Minuteman III ICBMs are being replaced by the new LGM-35 Ampere Sentinel. The Ohio-class submarines are giving way to the next-generation Columbia-class. And the venerable bomber fleet is being revitalized by the introduction of the B-21 Raider, a highly advanced stealth bomber. This wholesale recapitalization is a multi-trillion-dollar effort designed to ensure the credibility of the American deterrent in the face of a modernizing Russia and a rapidly expanding China. And finally, at number 1, with the largest nuclear arsenal on the planet, is the Russian Federation. Russia is estimated to possess a total stockpile of nearly 5,600 nuclear warheads. While many of these are in storage, its deployed strategic force is roughly equivalent to that of the United States. Russia's arsenal is a direct inheritance from the Soviet Union, but it has been extensively modernized since the turn of the century. Like the U.S., Russia maintains a formidable nuclear triad. Its land-based strategic rocket forces are the core of its deterrent, equipped with mobile ICBMs like the RS-24 Yars and the new super-heavy silo-based RS-28 Sarmat, a missile capable of carrying a massive payload and attacking over either pole. At sea, the Russian Navy operates its new Bory-class submarines, armed with the Bulava SLBM. In the air, the Tu-95 Bear and Tu-160 Blackjack strategic bombers provide a long-range strike capability. In recent years, Russia has also made headlines by developing a range of novel nuclear delivery systems, including the nuclear-powered Poseidon underwater drone and the Burevestnik nuclear-powered cruise missile. While the operational status of these systems is debated, they signal Moscow's intent to develop weapons that can circumvent traditional missile defense systems. Russia's official nuclear doctrine, updated in 2020, states that it would use nuclear weapons in response to a nuclear attack on itself or its allies, or in response to a conventional attack that threatens the very existence of the state. This doctrine has been the subject of intense scrutiny, particularly in the context of the conflict in Ukraine, where Russian officials have repeatedly referenced their nuclear status. It reflects a strategic reality where Russia views its nuclear arsenal as the ultimate backstop against the superior conventional military and economic power of the NATO alliance. While we have focused on the top 5, it is crucial to remember that 4 other nations, Israel, India, Pakistan, and North Korea, also possess nuclear weapons, creating complex regional security dilemmas. The nuclear world of 2025 is not a bipolar standoff, nor is it a simple countdown. It is a complex, multipolar web of deterrence, ambition, and existential risk. The very purpose of these terrible weapons is that they are never used. Their value lies in the silent psychological threat they pose. As these 9 nations continue to modernize and refine their arsenals, the responsibility to manage this awesome power through diplomacy, communication, and clear-eyed strategic thinking has never been more critical. The fate of the world depends on it. Goodbye, and see you in the next video of the Military Matrix channel.